Okay, so having visited Cambodia, we've continued on our way and we're making it to Thailand. There we're stopping in Bangkok. Now Bangkok comprises many images to most of us. Some of us think seedy nightlife, but let me tell you, Bangkok has so much more to offer than that. We're going to go and see the beautiful royal temples. In case you're unaware, Thailand is a kingdom and the king still presides to this day. The temple grounds with its gold and its beautiful ornate buildings is just incredible, and we're going to see that on this episode. It's also home to one of the biggest Chinese populations outside of the country of China itself. So we're going to go to the Chinese markets, head to Chinatown and see what's down there in terms of gold and every other kind of trade going. In addition to that, of course, we are going to see some of the seedy nightlife. Of course, why not? And on the rest of the episode, we're going to get our way around to some of the floating markets, the train stations, and see the rich and the poor there in Bangkok. So without any further ado, I'm Jason Ross. This is Jason's Journeys. Let's continue on to Bangkok, shall we? Let's go. Thailand, or officially the Kingdom of Thailand, was also formerly known as Siam and is a country located at the centre of the Indochina Peninsula in Southeast Asia. It's bordered to the north by Burma and Laos, to the east by Cambodia, and to the south by the Gulf of Thailand, leading down and connecting to the country of Malaysia. Thailand is a constitutional monarchy, and when we go to the temples we'll hear more about the king, Rama IX, who is the 9th king of the House of Shakri, having reigned since 1946. He's the world's longest serving head of state and the longest reigning monarch in Thai history. To give you an idea of population density, Thailand is the 51st largest country in terms of total area. However, it's the 20th most populous country with around 64 million people. The capital and largest city, as we've discussed, is Bangkok, which is the capital. About 75% of the population is ethnically Thai, 14% Chinese and 3% Malay. The country holds minority groups such as Mons, Khmers and various hill tribes. The country has its own language of Thai and the primary religion is Buddhism, practiced by about 95% of the population. So one of the things you have to do when you come to Bangkok is get out on the waterways. It's not just a city of shopping and nightlife. There's so much to do on the water. You can catch a little bus, water buses, whatever you want to call them, catch a tuk-tuk, catch a ferry and check out the waterways as well as the city. Just go for a walk around the city. Don't worry about a map, don't worry about seeing the palace and all the usual sights. Just go for a walk. You know what I mean? It's only going to cost you $2 to get back to your hotel. So go for a walk and you'll be amazed at things you see. And don't worry, Bangkok is pretty safe during the day if you stick to, some fairly well, populated areas. And let's face it, that's all of Bangkok. So trains here come in two forms. There's the low-tech, kind of old-style one-track train here, and by contrast above us we have the Sky Train. We're going to take the Sky Train. Looks a little bit more fancy and see how we get on. But check out the tracks, low-tech, high-tech. Bangkok is known in local Thai language as Krung Thep, meaning City of Angels, the same way that Los Angeles in the United States gets its name. It is by far the most densely populated city in Thailand with about 12 million people. One of the other things you got to do when you come here is ride on the metro system. There's a Sky Train, there's a slow train, and there's also a subway metro. What you do is for 50 cents you get a little black token, you bleep it when you come through the ticket, you can travel through the system. So let's check out all the transport. Buses, subway trains, Sky Trains. Let's get on our train and see how we go.
Yes, it's hot and sticky, and that's why I'm sweaty. When you come to Bangkok, there are three things to do. You eat a lot, you shop a lot, and you go out and party and nightclub a lot. So today we're catching the SkyTrain. We're heading into the shopping centre at the convention centre. MBK, the most visited shopping centre in all of Bangkok. Let's check it out. So here we are in MBK, which is the biggest and most famous shopping mall here in Bangkok. One of the things you'll find here in Asia, whether it's Thailand, Vietnam, the Philippines, all the women want to look white. Being white means to be upper class and Western. To be dark skinned means to be lower class. So let's check out all the advertising and how it's pitched it up, making women here look as white as they can.
Bangkok is certainly a shopper's paradise with everything from clothes, electronics, through to the side stalls with fruit and vegetables. So after being in MBK, I decided to take a walk along the streets and see what I could find shopping on the streets of Bangkok.
The traffic in Bangkok is an absolute nightmare. That's why, to help out us, poor pedestrians, what we do is we create a whole series of overpasses and walkways so we don't have to deal with the traffic, and a really efficient metro and train system. So it's more efficient to be on your feet or on a train than in a car, as you can see from the traffic behind me.
MBK, the shopping centre, is over 8 stories high with over 2,000 stores and services, including department stores, restaurants and entertainment. Opened in 1985, you'll find it in the Pathum 1 district, located on the intersection of Rama Road and Phaya Thai Road. Get there, get some shopping done and take a deep breath. Okay. So after having shopped till I dropped with all the noise and chaos of Bangkok, it was time to pick a transport option, and there's plenty. So you can take your little tuk-tuk, you can take a taxi, you can walk in the overpasses, or you can jump on board our SkyTrain and head back. But it's time to get back so we can relax and see what's coming up after the break. Coming up after the break, we go and visit the Royal Palace complex. Absolutely stunning gold and jewels, and you'll get to see the Golden Buddha as well as talk about the longest reigning king on earth. Anyway, we'll see you after the break. Don't go away, everyone.